What's up, YouTube? Today is a glorious day. Actually, it's a shitty day. Terrible. Horrible. It's been raining. There we are. It's been raining literally all day. But we're actually going to walk over here. Why are you looking at me? Look that way. There we go. We're going to walk over here and take the resistor from here and then go ahead, walk back over here and put it in line between the battery and the ballast, or as some people call it, the coil. Now once we do that, we're going to go ahead and try starting this. Hopefully that gets a spark. Pretty much, if there's spark, there's fuel, there's bang bang boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyways, I've had a lot of coffee today. Had an event this morning and they put me in charge of the coffee. That's a dangerous thing to do. I love coffee. Some people are like, wow, your coffee's strong. I'm like, no, you're just weak. There's no such thing as strong coffee, just weak people. They looked at me kind of funny, so perhaps that's not the best way to say something like that. But I don't really care. Anyways, back to this. So we're going to get this started, and I'm not going to talk your ear off today. Don't have time. Let's do it. You're still staring at me. Let's go. All right, so now that that's bypassed, first we're going to see if it turns over, which I should probably take that off the bypass mode thing. Also, this needs to not fall off. So for those who are wondering, the battery is fully charged at 12 volts, but all I'm doing is cranking, so I'm not producing any power. And so I just threw the battery on there as well. Obviously, not in series, you know, parallel. That would do that. I'll be right back. I gotta go find the keys for this. I don't know where I put it. All right, so that didn't work at all. And when I went down and I picked up the ballast from Advance Auto, they actually didn't have any, at least they told me they didn't have any of the resistors for it. So I talked to my stepbrother and he actually hooked us up with this old MSD right here. So we're gonna go ahead, fix you guys, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and hook this all up. Now, I'm gonna show you real quick how to test one of these guys. It's actually very simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up for testing to make sure it is good, and then if it is good, we're going to go ahead, hook it up to the distributor and run it. Well, see if it turns over. You know, you don't know until you try, and I would really love to get this thing running. Today is actually Monday, and I want to get this episode for you tomorrow. Now, Monday nights I actually volunteer every Monday night, or almost every Monday night, so I got to do this quickly because I just don't have time. So, but I promised you, we're going to get this thing running by the end of the week, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure we do. So, let's get right into this and get this thing started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure there's no flammable objects near this. So I do believe that this battery is fully charged, but I know cranking and not getting anything out of it's really important to really give it enough juice. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but so what we're going to do, we're going to place that there, hook this bad mama jama on here, and the battery seems like it's pretty good. Now, how to test one of these is pretty straightforward. First, you're going to need your coil, which I don't want to throw this box away just in case. So you're going to need your coil. That can pretty much exist wherever. And you're going to want to hook your coil, or your ballast if you will, up to your MSD system. Or you can also do this with a resistor, but I find that the MSD, this is going to be a lot better anyway. So a very big shout out to Kevin. Thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. I don't know if there's anything wrong with this one or not, but we will find out very shortly. So we're going to set up the negative is black. The positive is the orange. If I can do it the other way. Yeah, it actually seems to work better. So once you get these on there, I'm going to flip the contact for the negative. So it's just not sticking up the way it is. You make it a little bit easier to deal with. So once they are on there, this red needs consistent power, so I'm going to see if I can't find another piece of long, like 12 gauge or 10 gauge or something along those lines. Go ahead and tighten these down. I would prefer using a regular wrench or something like that, but I'm going to just use this for now. And that's why I like using actual wrenches. Use the proper tool for the job. I'm just in a rush. Also, don't ever be in the rush, because that's when things get broken. So the white, don't worry about the white. That goes to like older cars, unless you're using an older car, in which case then use the white. So this is your negative. That's your positive. We're gonna have to. Oh geez, this is what happens when you rush. Don't rush, people. Get yourself a good ground. That's not a good ground. Come on, Brian. Okay. Once you have a good ground, you're going to need a good positive. Okay. Okay, we should have a good positive there. And that also needs constant power. So I'll be right back. Hold on a second. All right. Another thing is make sure that, you know, because remember, this is your ground. Don't ground it out. So really, I shouldn't be doing it this way. But once again, don't rush around things, guys. I'm going to crimp that right to that. That's a very good connection. That's a good connection. So, what you're going to need is two last things. One, a jumper cable, which this right here will do. I hear you. I hear you. We don't need that. It's all messed up. Okay, once you have your jumper cable, it's like a crash course of how to test this. I'm really sorry that this is, I hope that hopefully your audio quality is good. We're going to need this right here. I'm going to pop that right in there. And then this has to be about a ½ inch away from your ground. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put that right in here. And okay, so it's a ½ inch from there. That looks like it's pretty close to a ½ inch. I don't know how good of a ground that is, but I guess we'll find out very shortly. You're going to jump these two connectors right here. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's actually jumping to this, so oh, okay. It's sitting on the nut right there. So let's change that a little bit, like right there. I don't know if it's on the nut anymore. Oh yeah, we have very good spark. So now that we know we have good spark on this, let's go ahead and take the pauses off these for right this second. Now what we're going to want to do is get the key for the ignition, because I don't feel like jumping everything else. I'm jumping way too much as it is. We're going to plug that into here. We are going to jump this once this is in a safe position. Oh, I don't really like this at all. Don't rush, guys. As I'm rushing, don't rush. All right, so I'm going to set this down right here. Get ourselves a good ground again, or a good positive connection. Oh, we're touching. So you gotta slow down. Slow down, Brian. Okay, that should be a good positive connection. Bend this so it doesn't touch anything here. And last but not least, turn you guys towards the engine a little bit. I almost forgot how this tripod worked. There we go. Right there. All right, I'm going to pause you guys for a second. I'm going to go get the keys for the vehicle, and we'll see if this starts up. So I just got a phone call, and of course it was a spam phone call. I really wish someone would deal with these spam phone calls. They're terrible. Absolutely atrocious. So now what we'll have to do is we have to jump the spark and turn the ignition. I guess we'll jump the spark first and then run over and turn the ignition. Huh. I could hear it sparking. Okay, let's see what happens.
Spray a little bit on the front ones too, because that's the
Yep.
buttons or not? Because I said that advanced they sell a thing that basically looks like a clicker, like a video game controller almost. That you click, it plugs across the battery, or no, the battery and the solenoid. When you click it, it powers the solenoid and kicks the starter on.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what you were
Fucking with?
trying to do, but I've never actually used one.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll have that. Get two on its own now. So you don't have to keep squirting it, I don't think.
Alright.
That was on its own for like 2 seconds. Completely. That'd probably be a motherfucker to change. Just ride it on there. But the MSD box being in question, and the motor definitely turning over, definitely.
It's wanting to run.
The shit works. Yeah, it works. It's just trying to figure out the electrical part now.
Yep.
And like I said, that box is probably fucking 20 years old. And a buddy of mine gave it to me, who he builds race cars. I don't know if you know Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, I know Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Okay.
It was right over on 351 there.
Yeah, probably abused to fuck.
Huh?
It was probably abused to fuck.
Probably. But I mean, it was in decent shape. I mean, he was just gonna throw it the fuck away. I said, no, give it to me. Find some use for it. Like I said, worst comes to worst, you send them out to MSD. I think it was like 50 or 75 bucks or something. They go through it and they send it back to you. You just gotta pay shipping.
Right.
But I would give them a call first, make sure still.
Right.
Cause something that old might be obsolete now, but.
Oh, more of this was trying to figure out if it would actually try starting.
Oh, what's gonna? Whether the tranny, you said it's an automatic that's hooked to it?
Yeah.
Was it sealed? Or is it leaking? Or
No, it's,
what's the fluid look like in it? You ever pull the stick out?
Yeah, it's shit, but
Yeah.
it still has some in there.
It's fucking 100 years old, so.
Yeah.
It's gonna run, there's no doubt about that. And also the points inside the distributor. Did you ever?
They look fine. I didn't see any corrosion on them.
Huh.
Which
But the condenser cylinder thing, that could be questionable still.
All right, so not as much of a success that I was looking for, but I do believe that the MSD controller is no good. I don't believe it's actually discharging at the appropriate time. I actually was tapping it as fast as I could to actually get the ballast or the coil to get charged. So I'm assuming that that MSD is no good. So the options are, I can reach out to MSD and see if they'll rebuild it. It's not as quick as I'd like, or I'm gonna have to see what everything looks like to get a new MSD unit. They're pretty expensive, so, and that intake manifold was very expensive. So I think what our next bet is, see if anyone else might have an MSD that will let me borrow it, or I'm gonna get back to you guys on that. Unfortunate and disappointing. I wouldn't say totally disappointing, because it did run for like 2 seconds on its own. So we do know that it can start up. We just don't want to destroy the starter. And yeah, we're getting there, guys. So maybe something will happen by the end of the week. All right. Till the next time, remember, like, subscribe, share the content, and enjoy the rest of the night. Oh, and thank you all who have bought t-shirts. You guys are awesome. Hey, stay out of trouble.